Expo ambassador. Been doing this for years and years and years. It's a whole lot of fun. And this is actually my first day to ever host these things. This is the second one I've ever done, and I'm really honored to be up here with these guys who are going to introduce themselves and let you know a little bit more about them.
My name is Julian. I've been in the area. I live in the DFW area. I've been with Marvel for about 4 years now. They basically just found me on Instagram and said, hey, do you want to draw comics? And I said, of course, let's do it. And here I am. This is my first Dallas Fan Expo, so I'm really excited to be here. Please forgive my voice. It's the first day. I'm a very weak person, I guess.
My name is Goodhart, and right now I'm working on this book I'll call The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. Thank you. I paid them to do that. And I also have Batgirl issues number 7, which is out and at my table, and then issue 8 comes out this week.
And that's your first interior DC stuff.
Yeah, it's my first, I've done a couple of short stories here and there so the way it works is, at DC it's very, very rare for them to go, we love your work, you're gonna be the artist on this main series starting now. So what they do is they kind of test you out on short stories. So I've done backups and little 8-pagers here and there. But this Batgirl series is the very first time they're putting me in the main line. So, thank you. Great. Wow. That's so nice. Thank you guys. So I do have issue number 7, if like a Dan Mora variant cover or a Cliff Chang variant cover, it's crazy. So that's all happening right now.
Yeah. So you guys, let's go over like your origin story. How did you get into art? And then you said you were discovering Instagram, but like really the nitty gritty of it. Like as a kid, were you an artist, or was this something you discovered later in life?
Yeah, how old are you, by the way? We're the same age? I'm just trying to see if we have like the same reference points. I'm 37.
I just turned 40.
Oh, okay, yeah, so we are then. So I was raised with like Batman the Animated Series and X-Men, like the original. Yeah, Batman Beyond, and I think like everyone our age and in our generation, we kind of have the same touchstones. So it was, and then they had the comic book tie-ins for all that stuff. So it was Spider-Man, whatever that was, 1994. And then they have the Spider-Man tie-in comics, and the trading cards were a really big deal for me back then. This is like the mid-90s. And I just never stopped drawing after that. So my dad, when I was like 7 or 8, he showed me his comic collection that he had when he was a kid. So it was like these John Romita senior comics and these Tarzan comics, Vern Hogarth stuff. And that blew my mind to see that Spider-Man was around when my father was my age. That was crazy. Like I couldn't even comprehend that. So then from there I found out that Mark Bagley was the artist on Spider-Man. And then I started to put like names to the books that I was reading. And then Ultimate Spider-Man came out. That was very important for me. And that's when I became like a very serious comics collector. That was high school for me. And then all I wanted to do was go to comic book college, which I did. And here I am now. So that's my whole story.
Mine's not as elaborate as that. You know, I actually wanted to do fine art for a long time, and then I saw the art of Adam Hughes, and I was like, wow, I didn't know you could do that with comic art. So I kind of fell in love with it again. And I had a lot of the Spawn stuff early on. My mother had a roommate who would draw in front of me, and I was like just amazed he could do Wolverine. Unfortunately, he started doing he does insurance, so he gave up on the dream. So yeah, that's I just basically been trying to make it on my own in the league for a little while. And, one of the big two picked me up, and this is where I am now.
Yeah. During your journey, you were talking about being recognized. What is the value now of social media in the sense of getting your art out there and getting recognized versus like when, back in the 90s and stuff, like having to look into portfolio reviews and do all that kind of stuff? What are some of the benefits to not only yourself, but that you would like maybe say to up-and-coming artists as well?
Simply riding the wave of the algorithm of what's popular, nostalgia, and then we have a lot of art that you're definitely going to be selling to your audience. That's kind of what they're looking for. For me, for instance, I feel like I'm blacklisted or something because I only get like 100 views on any post that I do now. So
I think that's everyone.
Yeah,
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, but they're looking out there for sure. The talent people, they're looking out there. They want to see that you can actually draw and be consistent and have that professional approach to everything. So yeah.
I remember asking that question to editors at DC when I was first starting out, and they explained to me like this, and take everything with a grain of salt, because this was 2018, and like the world changes every 4 months now, like just in terms of social media and engagement and how the algorithm works. But this editor said to me that social media is really good to get noticed, but it has nothing to do with getting hired. And so there was like 1 year where if you had a huge following, they were gonna put you on a book. And that experiment literally only lasted a year. And I think the big lesson that everyone learned is that like social media followings don't equate, it's not a one-to-one transference from followers to sales. So nowadays, I would suspect that it's more just like, oh, this person's making a lot of noise, let's look at them. But it's still like very old-fashioned the way you're cast on a book, where it's just like, can you tell a story? Do you have the foundational principles? Can you draw backgrounds? That's always a really big thing that editors are looking for, backgrounds. So there you go.